Out and About TV. Travel, adventure, and RVs. Join Sharon and Tom each week as they travel America in a 30-foot trailer exploring and living the RV lifestyle. From trip and product reviews to RV show reports and an unfiltered look at life on the road. This is the show for you. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thanks so much for coming by. We really appreciate it. I'm Tom McAuliffe, and we got another great show for you this week. Also, we've been getting some great responses on the proposal for the new RV Owners Association. So check that out. That's in episode 31. We also have the proposed charter on our Facebook page. We think it's a great idea. So check that out. And coming up this week, we've got another great show for you. We're going to talk about the best RV apps for 2026. We're going to talk a little bit about gas stations. Boy, gas is at an all-time high. How can we save money at the pump? And then we're going to head east and check out Virginia. Virginia is for lovers. That's what they say. So check that out. We're also going to do a channel spotlight for a wonderful site called Creativity RV. So we're happy that you're here. Buckle up. We got a lot to get to. And away we go.
At Out and About TV, we've done the legwork for you, watching, analyzing, and curating the top RV YouTube channels that cover everything from trailers and fifth wheels to vans and mobile homes. Channels that entertain, educate, and inspire with hosts that have the heart of a teacher. These RV YouTubers have turned their passion into full-time careers, influencing the RV community and even shaping industry trends. Stop by and we will examine what these channels are covering. And it is more than just entertainment. Just consider Out and About your personal digital campfire. For all things RV.
This time on Out and About TV, we're taking a closer look at a YouTube channel that has inspired thousands of people to rethink what it means to live a successful life. The channel is Creativity RV, created by full-time traveler, author, and modern American nomad, Robin Barrett. Now, if you've spent any time in the RV community, you've probably heard people talk about freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to work remotely, freedom to spend more time with family, freedom to see America at your own pace. But Robin Barrett has built an entire brand around a deeper question. What does freedom really mean? Like many people, Robin followed the traditional path. She worked hard, built a career, and checked all the boxes that society tells us we're supposed to check. Yet despite achieving what many would consider success, she discovered something that countless Americans eventually realize. Having a successful career doesn't automatically lead to a fulfilling life. Rather than accepting that reality, she made a dramatic decision. She walked away from conventional employment and embraced a completely different lifestyle. She hit the road, moved into an RV, and began creating a life centered around travel, creativity, writing, and personal freedom. That decision eventually led to the creation of Creativity RV, a YouTube channel, website, and online community dedicated to helping people explore alternative ways of living. Her message isn't necessarily that everyone should sell their house and buy an RV. Instead, she encourages people to examine their lives and ask whether they're truly living the life they want or simply following a script written by someone else. Robin's content covers a wide variety of topics, including RV living, boondocking, working remotely, personal growth, downsizing, and the practical realities of life on the road. Unlike some channels that focus heavily on gear reviews or campground tours, Creativity RV often explores the emotional and philosophical side of the nomadic lifestyle. One of the things that makes her channel unique is her willingness to discuss both the rewards and challenges of full-time travel. Life on the road isn't always sunsets and campfires. There are mechanical breakdowns, lonely stretches, unexpected expenses, and difficult decisions. Robin talks about those realities openly, while still maintaining an optimistic outlook about the possibilities that a mobile lifestyle can provide. In addition to her video content, Robin is also an accomplished author. She has written several books, including Be a Nomad, Change Your Life, and the best-selling book, Work from Home While You Roam. These books have helped many aspiring travelers learn how to make the transition from traditional living to a more mobile and flexible lifestyle. The response from viewers has been remarkable. Over the years, Creativity RV content has been viewed more than 11 million times, demonstrating that Robin's message resonates with people from all walks of life. Some viewers are retirees looking for adventure. Others are younger workers exploring remote careers. And many are simply people searching for a different way to live. What viewers appreciate most about Robin's work is that she reminds us all that life is not a dress rehearsal. Too many people spend decades postponing their dreams while waiting for the perfect time. Robin's story serves as a reminder that sometimes the perfect time never arrives, and that if we're going to chase our dreams, we need to take that first step ourselves. Her motto sums it up perfectly: happy travels and be free. If you're interested in RV living, personal freedom, remote work, creativity, or simply hearing from someone who had the courage to chart her own course, then Creativity RV is definitely a channel worth checking out. We'll place a link in the description below so you can visit Ms. Robin Barrett, explore her books, browse her website, and see why so many people have been inspired by her message. Until next time, happy travels, and as Robin would say, be free. I'm your digital correspondent, Hope, for Out and About TV. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Hey, every week, tune in. We're going to keep cataloging the best in RV channels on YouTube and tell you what they're all about and save you a little bit of time there. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't look now, but in this week's feature, it's the best RV apps of 2026. Back in the old days, RVers traveled with paper maps, big, huge notebooks, campground directories, and maybe a CB radio attached to the dashboard. If you got lost, you stopped at a gas station and asked for directions. Yeah, you go up there, turn around, go back left, and there's a road that used to be going through there. I'm positive. If you got lost, you stopped and asked for directions. Today, though, your smartphone may be one of the most important tools in your RV. From navigation and campground discoveries to weather alerts and fuel savings, there are now hundreds of applications designed specifically for RV travelers. Some are incredibly useful, others, not so much. So for this edition of Out and About TV, let's take a look at some of the best RV apps and how they can help make life on the road easier, safer, cheaper, and a whole lot more fun. Let's start with navigation. Now, if you're towing a trailer or driving a large motorhome, you already know that regular GPS systems can sometimes get you into trouble. Low bridges, closed roads, tight turns, propane restrictions, narrow roads. They can all reduce your road trip into a white-knuckle experience pretty quickly. And that's where RV-specific navigation apps come in. For example, RV Life GPS continues to be one of the most popular choices among RVers because it allows you to enter your weight, height, and length of your rig and helps you route around hazards. And so does, by the way, so does an application from RV Lifestyles. It'll warn you if the bridge is too low for your rig. Very handy. Many RVers also still rely on Google Maps and Waze for real-time traffic updates and accident alerts, although these apps don't always understand the needs of large RVs. Another smart move is downloading offline maps before heading into remote areas. Cell service can disappear quickly, and once you're out west in the mountain terrain or in the deep south, cell service can disappear. And having offline navigation available can be a real lifesaver. Nothing like a printed map. Next up, let's talk briefly about campground discovery apps. And this category has exploded in the past few years. Gone are the days when you had to retire. Gone are the days when you had to entirely rely on campground directories and a local RV dealer. Today, apps like Compendium, The Dirt, HipCamp, and iOverlander allow travelers to search for everything from luxury RV resorts to free boondocking locations out in the desert, all from the palm of your hand. Compendium remains especially popular because of its detailed user interface and campsite reviews. It also has information about cell phone strength at various campgrounds, something many remote workers and YouTubers now consider essential. HipCamp, as your hip or your hip on your side, HipCamp has become the Airbnb of camping, connecting travelers with private landowners offering campsites, cabins, and unique oversight experiences. Harvest Host continues to attract large numbers of RVers looking for memorable overnight stays at wineries, farms, museums, breweries. Now, of course, fuel prices remain a large concern for RV travelers, especially those towing large rigs or driving diesel pushers. That's where these fuel-saving apps can really help. Gas Buddy, as we mentioned in the gas segment, remains one of the most widely used apps for finding lower fuel prices nearby, while apps like Mudflap and Open Roads have become increasingly popular with diesel RV owners looking for truck stop discounts. When you're driving thousands of miles a year, even saving a few cents per gallon can add up quickly. Weather apps are another category that are essential for today's RV traveler. No serious RVer should be without one. Wind, hail, flash floods, wildflowers. Wildflowers? No, wildfires. And tornadoes, severe thunderstorms. They can all create dangerous conditions for RV travelers. Apps like Windy, MyRadar, WeatherBug provide real-time radar imagery, wind forecasts, and severe weather alerts that can help you avoid trouble before it even starts. I'll never forget when we were traveling out west and another rig, the wind picked up. I mean, you could feel it. And so RVers stopped underneath underpasses so that the wind would, and of course, if there wasn't room, you had to go to the next one. Apps like Windy, MyRadar, and WeatherBug provide real-time radar imagery and wind forecasts, severe weather alerts, and they can help you avoid trouble before it even starts. Many experienced RVers now check weather apps every single morning before hitting the road and a few times during the day, especially when traveling through the Great Plains, desert regions, and hurricane-prone areas. Now let's talk about trip planning and RV management apps. One of the biggest changes in RV travel over the last decade has been the rise of these digital trip planners. Apps like RV Trip Wizard and RV Trip Dashboard and the new app from Lifestyle RV help travelers organize routes, fuel stops, campground reservations, mileage tracking, maintenance schedules, and budgets all in one application. And I found something in our interview in episode 29 with Mike from RV Lifestyles. He talked about the concept of placing the rock. In other words, if you want to go to Yellowstone, let's say, you put that Yellowstone and get that reservation at Yellowstone and then work your way backwards. we're going to do 300 miles in 3 hours or thereabouts, or 300 miles or 3 hours. Boom, this is my first stop. This is my first overnight, another 300, 500 miles. Yeah, I like that. And these digital trip planners can be essential. Apps like RV Trip Wizard and RV Trip Dashboard help travelers organize routes, fuel stops, campground reservations, and more, and do it all in one place. For many RVers, these apps have essentially become digital trip binders. Remember those old trip binders? You had all your stuff in it, and they replace paper notebooks and sticky notes and spreadsheets and printed confirmations. Some even allow you to estimate fuel costs and travel times based on the size of your RV setup and how traffic is progressing. But as useful as these apps are, there's also a downside to becoming too dependent on technology. Subscription costs can add up quickly. Some apps require constant internet access, and glitches do happen. Sometimes the old-fashioned paper method still works best. And for me, there's still something about holding a map in your hand, spreading it across the hood of the car and figuring out where the hell you are. But these apps can really help you plan out an effective route and find out what's coming up down the road. At the end of the day, technology has changed the RV lifestyle forever. Today's RV traveler is more dialed in and has access to digital tools and information that campers could only dream about 25 years ago. And whether you're searching for a perfect campsite, tracking a storm, saving money on fuel at the pump, or finding your next bucket list destination, increasingly, whether you're searching for the perfect campsite, tracking a storm, trying to save money on fuel, or finding your next bucket list destination, the right apps can make your travels smoother, safer, cheaper, and a lot less stressful. The modern RVer may still love campfires, open highways, and life under the stars, but increasingly, the journey is being powered by satellites, smartphones, GPS systems, and a growing digital toolbox riding right alongside us on the open road. I'm Tom for Out and About TV. Out and About TV, the Tonight Show of the RV community. This week, we head east. East? East. Yeah. We head east. When most people think of Virginia, they think of history. Colonial America, the Revolutionary War, the birthplace of presidents. And while all of that is certainly true, Virginia is much more than a living history book. Virginia is one of America's most diverse and fascinating travel destinations, offering everything from beautiful beaches and naval history to colonial villages, world-class universities, mountains, wineries, and lots of outdoor recreation. Located on the East Coast between Maryland and North Carolina, for those of you who failed geography, Virginia is home to nearly 9 million people and covers more than 42,000 square miles. Its state motto is Si Semper Tyrannis, which translates to "thus always to tyrants," a phrase dating back to the American Revolution, no doubt. The state flower is the American dogwood, while the state bird is the northern cardinal, one of my favorite birds. And Virginia has produced an impressive list of famous Americans, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Patrick Henry, Robert Lee, Pocahontas, and more recently, Pharrell Williams. Actress Sandra Bullock is from Virginia, and country music legend Patsy Cline is also from the state. One of the first stops that many visitors make is Norfolk, Virginia, home to the world's largest naval base and the United States Navy. Naval Station Norfolk is a sight to behold, covering more than 4 miles of waterfront and supporting dozens of warships, submarines, and aircraft. This massive military installation serves as the headquarters for the U.S. Navy's Atlantic Fleet. Thousands of sailors, civilians, military families call this area home. For military history enthusiasts, Norfolk offers several excellent attractions, including the battleship Wisconsin, one of the largest battleships ever built by the United States. Walking her deck provides a fascinating glimpse into American naval history from World War II through the Gulf War. The city of Norfolk itself, has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent years with a revitalized downtown waterfront, museums, new restaurants and entertainment venues. It makes it all a great destination for visitors who have never served in the military. Now, just a short drive away on the East Coast is one of the most popular beach destinations, Virginia Beach, aptly named. It stretches for miles along the Atlantic coast. Virginia Beach offers wide sandy beaches, a famous boardwalk, and enough sunshine and ocean breezes to keep visitors coming back year after year. The Virginia Beach Boardwalk extends nearly 3 miles along the shoreline and is lined with bars and restaurants and shops and hotels and different attractions. Cyclists, joggers, and families fill the boardwalk throughout the day, while at evenings bring live music, outdoor entertainment, and the party element. For RV travelers, the area offers a variety of campgrounds and parks, making it a convenient base camp for exploring the region. Water sports, especially fishing charters, are very popular, but there's also dolphin tours, kayaking, and even surfing available for you. Of course, no discussion of Virginia would be complete without mentioning one of the East Coast's most spectacular natural treasures, Shenandoah National Park. Located along the crest of the Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah encompasses nearly 200,000 acres of protected wilderness and offers visitors some of the most breathtaking scenery in the eastern United States. The park's crown jewel is Skyline Drive. It's a 105-mile scenic roadway that winds its way along the mountaintop ridges. With more than 70 scenic overlooks, visitors are treated to sweeping panoramic views of forests, valleys, rivers, and distant mountain ranges. During the fall, Shenandoah becomes one of America's premier destinations for annual autumn color, as millions of trees transform into brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold. The fall foliage season attracts visitors from across the country and around the world. For hikers, the park offers more than 500 miles of trails, including over 100 miles of the famous Appalachian Trail. Popular hikes lead to waterfalls, scenic overlooks, and quiet mountain streams where visitors can experience nature much as it appeared centuries ago. Wildlife is abundant throughout the park. You'll see black bears, white-tailed deer, wild turkeys, foxes, hundreds of bird species. They all call Shenandoah home. Early morning and late evening are often the best times to spot wildlife along Skyline Drive. For RV travelers and campers, the park features several campgrounds that provide easy access to hiking trails and scenic viewpoints. Whether you're spending a weekend or several weeks exploring the region, Shenandoah offers a perfect opportunity to slow down, unplug, and reconnect with Mother Nature. Standing atop one of the park's many overlooks as the sun sets over the Blue Ridge Mountains, it's easy to understand why generations of travelers has considered Shenandoah a must-see and one of America's most beautiful national parks. But Virginia isn't just for lovers, nor is it just about beaches, mountains, and military history. About an hour inland from Norfolk sits one of America's most important historic destinations, Colonial Williamsburg. Colonial Williamsburg is often described as the world's largest living history museum. And once you visit, you'll understand why. The historic district features hundreds of restored and reconstructed buildings spread across more than 300 acres. It's like you've stepped back in time. Costume interpreters walk through the streets portraying blacksmiths, merchants, soldiers, and ordinary citizens from the 1700s. As you stroll through the cobblestone streets, it's easy to imagine what life might have been like in the years leading up to the American Revolution. You'll hear the sounds of horse-drawn carriages. You'll watch craftsmen practicing century-old trades and experience firsthand how our nation's founders lived and worked. Nearby attractions include Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement in America, and Yorktown, where General George Washington secured victory in the Revolutionary War. Together, these three historic sites form what is known as the Virginia Historic Triangle and provide one of the most immersive historic experiences anywhere in the United States. Just next to Colonial Williamsburg sits another treasure of history, the College of William and Mary. I went and saw Grateful Dead there back in, it must have been 79, 78, something like that. It is the second oldest institution of higher education in America, surpassed only by Harvard. It is one of the nation's original colonial colleges and remains one of the most respected public universities in the country. The college boasts an impressive list of alumni, including Thomas Jefferson, James Monroe, John Taylor, and numerous leaders who helped shape the United States. Walking across the campus, visitors immediately sense the rich tradition and academic excellence that have defined the institution for more than 3 centuries. The beautiful brick buildings, tree-lined pathways, and historic architecture make the campus a destination in its own right. If you're into old architecture. It's a great place to go visit. It blends seamlessly with colonial Williamsburg and creates a unique atmosphere where education and history coexist side by side. What makes Virginia especially appealing to travelers is its remarkable diversity and variety. Within a few hours, visitors can move from Atlantic beaches to colonial villages, from bustling military ports to scenic mountain overlooks. The state is home to a portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway, Shenandoah National Park, of course, dozens of wineries, and countless small towns that are rich with American history and charm. Perfect for our 250th anniversary. Virginia is also known as the, quote, mother of presidents, unquote. 8 U.S. presidents were born here, more than any other state in the nation, and that fact alone tells you just how important Virginia has been to American history. Whether you're interested in military heritage, beautiful beaches, colonial America, higher education, a hot nightlife, outdoor recreation, or simply discovering someplace new and different, Virginia offers a little bit of everything. And spending some time exploring this remarkable state, you'll probably understand why their tourism slogan has endured for decades. As the slogan says, quote, Virginia is for lovers, unquote. I couldn't agree more. Lovers of history, lovers of adventure, lovers of the outdoors, lovers of great food, and lovers of America itself. So whether you're traveling by motor coach, fifth wheel, travel trailer, van, or simply loading up the family car, Virginia deserves a place on your travel bucket list. From the decks of mighty warships in Norfolk to the sandy beaches of Virginia Beach, from the historic streets of Williamsburg to the mountain vistas of the Shenandoah National Park, Virginia offers unforgettable journeys through America's past, present, and future. Until next time, safe travels, keep the shiny side up, and remember, adventure before dementia. Well, this week's product roundup is a little bit different. We're going to take a look at gas. Jumpin' Jack Flash, it's a gas. Yeah, gas, fuel savings, and some gasoline myths are busted. With fuel prices constantly going up, every RV owner eventually asks the same question. How can I save money at the pump? Whether you're towing a travel trailer, driving a motor home, or simply exploring America in your vehicle, fuel is likely one of your largest travel expenses. So this week, let's separate fact from fiction and bust a few fuel myths while sharing some practical ways to stretch your gas budget. Let's start with one of the oldest fuel myths out there. Is it better to fill your vehicle at night rather than during the day? The theory goes something like this, that gasoline is denser when it's cold, so you'll get more fuel for your money at night when it's cooler. If you buy it early in the morning or late at night, and this is mostly just digital legend. Technically, there is a tiny bit of truth to this. Fuel does expand and contract with contract with temperature. The problem is that modern gas stations store their fuel in large underground tanks where temperatures remain relatively stable throughout the day. In the real world, however, the difference is so small that most drivers would never even notice it. You might save a penny or two over the entire tank of fuel, but certainly not enough to change your travel plans. Verdict? An interesting theory, but not something worth losing sleep over. Now, let's tackle another popular myth. Will premium gasoline give me better gas mileage than regular gas? For most vehicles, the answer is no. Premium fuel contains a higher octane rating, but octane is not a measure of energy content like most folks think. It's simply a measure of resistance to engine knock or pre-ignition. If your owner's manual for your tow vehicle recommends using regular gasoline, using premium fuel is a waste of money. It won't increase power. It won't improve your mileage or extend your engine life. In most cases, you're simply paying more for fuel your engine doesn't need. Now, if you drive a turbocharged vehicle or one specifically designed for premium fuel, now that's a different story. Follow the manufacturer's recommendation. You know, I was about to do a modification for my F-150 and put some, I want to say, oil cans or something like that on it. Takes off some of the residue from the turbos, I guess. And one of the engineers, that's what they call them now, not mechanics, at the dealership said, no. Said Ford Motor Company in Dearborn spends millions, maybe billions of dollars engineering this stuff. How presumptuous of us to think that we, can just go in there and start moving stuff around and changing stuff and like that. But if your owner's manual recommends regular gasolines, that's what you should be doing. And in most cases, you're just paying more if you don't. For the average pickup truck, SUV, or motorhome, save your money and use the fuel specified by the manufacturer. Next up, can tire pressure really affect mileage? Absolutely. This one isn't a myth at all. Underinflated tires create additional rolling resistance, forcing your engine to work harder to move the vehicle down the road. Even being just a few pounds low can affect your fuel economy. Most importantly, improperly inflated tires create excess heat, excess wear and tear, and can significantly increase the chance of a tire blowout. Ensuring that you have proper tire pressure can be the single most important safety thing and tire mileage and gas mileage thing that you can do. Now let's talk about some practical ways to improve your mileage. Number one, slow down. Slow down. You're moving too fast. You got to make the morning last, son. Yeah, ain't no reason to be going 75 miles an hour down the highway. You're not in that big of a hurry. You're not that important. Nobody wants to hear it, but it's true. Slow down. Aerodynamic drag increases dramatically as your speed increases. The difference between traveling at 60 miles an hour and 75 miles an hour can be significant when towing. Somewhere, I'm sure there's a study that says how much percentage your mileage goes down the faster and faster you drive. If you find that link, post it. Many RV owners report gaining 1 to 3 miles per gallon simply by reducing their cruising speed. Instead of 65, 70, go 55. You'll get there. Over 1,000-mile trip, that can add up to some serious coinage. Now, item number 2, travel lighter. Most of us carry things in our RVs that we never use. Extra tools, extra water. You know, a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. Extra gear, extra just-in-case items. Every pound your vehicle carries requires energy to move it down the highway. Take a hard look at what you're hauling around and remove anything that doesn't need to be there. Your suspension, brakes, tires, and fuel budget will all appreciate it. Carry less. Tip number 3, drive smoothly. Aggressive acceleration and hard braking waste fuel. Think of your gas pedal as a dimmer switch rather than an on-off switch. Gradual acceleration, maintaining steady speeds, and anticipating traffic conditions can noticeably improve your fuel economy. Using cruise control can help maintain a constant speed, plus it's less stressful. And isn't reducing stress really what it should be all about? Now let's tackle another common question. Is one brand of gasoline better than another? Generally speaking, gasoline sold in the United States must meet strict federal and state standards. However, some brands include additional detergent packages that keep fuel injectors and intake valves cleaner. You may have heard the term top-tier gasoline. That's a real thing. Top-tier fuel brands voluntarily meet higher detergent standards than required by the government. Brands such as Chevron, Shell, Exxon, Mobil, and even Costco participate in the program. Will your vehicle explode if you use another brand? Of course not. But many mechanics and engineers agree that using top-tier fuels can help modern engines maintain better performance and be cleaner over time. Now let's discuss something that every RV traveler eventually encounters: truck stops. Places like Pilot, Flying J, Love's, Petro, TA are often lifesavers for RV travelers. They offer easy access, plenty of room to maneuver your rig around, fuel islands designed for larger vehicles, food, showers, supplies, and often dedicated RV lanes. But there is an unwritten code of conduct. If you're using the truck lanes, fuel up efficiently and move your vehicle forward as soon as you're finished. Professional drivers are working against strict schedules and federal hours of service regulations. The fuel island is not a parking space. After fueling, pull forward if possible, and then move to a designated parking area. Do not, I repeat, do not leave your rig at the pump and go inside. Likewise, avoid blocking entrances, exits, and maneuvering areas. These tractor trailers and semis are much bigger than we are. We need to give them their space. Remember that for many truckers, this isn't a vacation. It's their workplace. A little courtesy goes a long way. Now, finally, let's talk about the biggest fuel-saving tool available today: your smartphone. Now, we talked about the best RV apps, and we talked about some gas apps in last week's episode. But apps like Gas Buddy, invaluable. They can help you locate the lowest fuel prices along your route. And I've been shocked. It'll be at this gas station, and then across the street, it's, 5 or 6 cents cheaper, sometimes more. And these apps like Gas Bunny can help you find the cheapest gas. Many travelers also use fuel discount programs through Pilot, Flying J, Loves. Loves will give you it's 20 cents a gallon off if you have their club. That's significant. Various credit cards also offer these kind of gasoline reward programs. The savings may only be a few cents a gallon, but they add up. And when you're filling up a 100-gallon diesel tank, they really add up. In the final analysis, there's no magic fuel additive or secret gas station or miracle gasoline that will suddenly double your fuel mileage. The real keys remain the same. Keep your tires properly inflated, drive at a reasonable speed, accelerate and stop smoothly, travel light, and use reputable fuel stations. And you can plan ahead using the many, many gasoline apps that are available, and it'll tell you right down your route, okay, this gasoline station, 40 miles ahead has gasoline that's 20 cents cheaper than right here. If we do those things consistently, you'll spend less time worrying about fuel prices and more time enjoying the journey. And that's what RV travel is supposed to be all about. Safe travels. I'm Tom from Out and About TV, and we'll see you out on the highway. Out and About TV, the Tonight Show of the RV community. Hey, thanks so much for coming by. We really, really appreciate it. On behalf of Sharon and myself, send us an email. Join in the contest to win one of these handy dandy shirts or one of our new ball caps. As we head into fall, we're working on some other clothing items like jerseys and hoodies. And we're giving away a t-shirt every single month. All you got to do is send us an email, outandaboutRVTV@gmail.com. It's right on the bottom of the screen. Also, don't forget to check out our Amazon store for products we recommend. We get a little commission from those, and they don't raise the price. It comes from Amazon. So we appreciate you checking that out as well. We'll see you next Saturday at noon. Get out and visit your old pal, Mother Nature, and we'll see you out and about. You've been warned. If I don't have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, I'm doing the entire show naked, and it won't be a pretty sight.
campground.